This is KGW News at Sunrise.
There was going to be shootings at multiple locations, and the school was one of them.
This morning, people in Nashville and really across the country are mourning 3 young students and 3 adults murdered on Monday morning at an elementary school in Nashville. What more we know this morning, plus.
What goes on here is night and day different than what goes on in Portland. It's a whole different experience.
It's Oregon's Great Divide. Now many folks east of the Cascades want to break away and join Idaho. Coming up this morning, we'll take you to the small town of John Day to hear directly from those who support the move.
But first, we have a new segment called 6 at Sunrise. This morning, we're telling you about 6 Oregon destinations you may or may not have heard of, but they're definitely worth checking out.
Love that. Just in time for spring break. Looking forward to that coming up. But good Tuesday morning, everyone. How's our spring break forecast progressing?
We're battling, Brenda. We're battling. Here's the radar this morning. Rain is back, and it's pretty widespread this morning, certainly in the valley. Some breaks at the coast. We have snow levels up in the Cascades sitting at 3,000 feet this morning. There's nothing stormy today. It's just occasional shots of rain coming through. We could see enough rain that the temperatures will really struggle to warm up much. Right now we're at 45 degrees. I'm going to assume we're at least going to make it to 50. Anything beyond 50 will probably be in the gravy department today, if you will. I have us 52 at 5 p.m. Again, nothing stormy. There are east winds gusting in some spots up to about 30 miles per hour right now. Back to you.
Thank you, Rod.
Aren't you guys tired of covering this? Aren't you guys tired of being here and having to cover all of these mass shootings? I'm from Highland Park, Illinois. My son and I survived a mass shooting over the summer. I am in Tennessee on a family vacation with my son, visiting my sister-in-law.
Monday morning in Nashville, a heavily armed 28-year-old woman shot and killed 3 9-year-old students, a substitute teacher, a custodian, and the school's top administrator.
The woman you just heard from says since her time in Illinois, she's talked with more than 100 lawmakers in Washington, D.C. about gun control. NBC's Jay Gray has the very latest.
We're under a mass casualty alert.
Locked glass doors shattered by gunfire. A shooter crawling through the doorframe, stalking the hallways of the Covenant School with what appears to be an assault-style rifle. Then, minutes later,
the school shooting, multiple victims down.
3 9-year-olds and 3 staff members murdered as they were starting their day at the Covenant School.
It's disgusting, and I have no words. I'm just trying to process it all. It's so terrible, so sad.
Investigators say the 28-year-old suspect killed by officers as they rushed into the building was a former student.
There's some belief that there was some resentment for having to go to that school, and that's why this incident occurred.
Nashville's police chief says Audrey Hale identifies as transgender. That information, part of a manifesto uncovered by police who say the school was not the only target.
There was going to be shootings at multiple locations, and the school was one of them. There was actually a map of the school detailing surveillance entry points.
Now, this stunned, scared, grieving community searches for a map of how to move forward.
I mean, there's not much you can do as a teenager, and I mean, just someone just so small in this world, but I mean, I can pray and I can bring flowers and I can extend a hand of comfort.
Comfort that is so desperately needed here right now. Jay Gray, NBC News, Nashville.
Back here in Portland, the city just had a very violent weekend. We've learned there were 4 confirmed shootings. Yesterday, we told you about 3 of them. The 4th one happened early Saturday morning on Southeast Foster, where gunfire hit 2 businesses and a vehicle. Police say no one was hurt, and officers did not make any arrests. Well, 9 hours later, there was a deadly shooting in North Portland that killed 3 people inside a car. Many neighbors wouldn't speak with KGW on camera, fearing that the shooter, who's still on the loose, will come back.
I understand how people are frightened here.
Absolutely, I would be if it was in my neighborhood.
Saturday's triple shooting marked the 15th, 16th, and 17th homicides in Portland this year. Police are still waiting for the autopsy results before they publicly identify those victims.
Here are a few more headlines that we're following for you this morning. One of the largest employers in Clark County plans to move its headquarters to Texas. Fisher Investments is currently based in Camas. The company says the move is in response to Washington's new capital gains tax, which was just upheld by the state Supreme Court. Fisher says it won't entirely shut down the Camas location, but some staff will be required to transfer. The new tax collects 7% on profits made from stocks and bond investments, though that's only for the state's top investment earners. Critics have argued the capital gains tax is a form of income tax prohibited by Washington's Constitution. And whatever you're doing, take a quick look at your screen if you can. Gresham police are looking for this missing 16-year-old. Jaylyn Irby was last seen Sunday, March 19th, leaving her home in Gresham. She's biracial, 6'2", weighs 150 pounds, also has curly dark brown hair that's usually tied back in a ponytail. Her family says she might need medical attention, so if you know anything, contact Gresham Police. And Hot Lips Pizza shutting down 3 of its 5 restaurants. It's been around for 39 years. The owner says the pandemic, staffing challenges, and broader economic issues were just too much.
We're not going away. We're still going to have 2 stores open, and we hope to see you again. And we are just doing what we need to do to keep moving forward.
The location next to Providence Park is one that's shutting down. Spots on Southeast Hawthorne and in the Pearl will remain open.
Crews have started to tear down 4 dams along the Klamath River in southern Oregon and northern California. They block the salmon from reaching about 400 miles of prime habitat. The hope is tearing down the dams will help struggling salmon thrive again.
It's really important. We're going to unlock an amount of salmon habitat, high quality habitat that, like I mentioned, hasn't been available to these fish for over 100 years. And hopefully they're as excited as we are to get back in there.
One of the biggest benefits will be for Chinook salmon that spawn in the Klamath. The species has been in dramatic decline because of drought and warming water in the region. The problem is so bad that this year's spring Chinook fishing season was canceled for all of California and much of Oregon. The first dam is slated to come down this summer, and the remaining 3 should be gone by the end of next year.
Okay, on this Tuesday morning, what are we expecting weather-wise? Yesterday was pretty nice.
Yeah. Oh, gosh, I'm getting to that point. I can't remember what yesterday was.
We had some sunshine.
Yeah, we had some sunshine.
Yes, we did, didn't we?
And then it
was
got
quite
cloudy.
lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you. 55.
You catching on yet?
It's all coming back to me.
Okay,
The high was 55 yesterday, by the way. All right. Today, no. We're going to see rain at times. The rain returned overnight. We're going to see just occasional bands of rain continuing throughout your day. Everything's because of this low offshore. It's going to be rotating moisture bands south to north up our region. Right now, the fetch is pretty solid up and down the I-5 corridor, as you can see right here. And this is a day where most areas will have a chance of getting at least some precipitation. Snow levels are sitting at 3,000 feet. So it's just rain over the coast range for travelers. East winds haven't been that bad. We've seen some gusts to 25, 30 along parts of the coast. Gusts to about 25 along the Columbia. And so far, it's been about it. And this afternoon probably sees those winds fizzle a little bit or calm as that low continues to drop away from us somewhat. But right now, you can see certainly inland, it's pretty wet. Here's the snow level. Again, today, 3,000 feet. Now, it's going to be mainly dry tomorrow and Thursday. Snow levels 3,000 and higher. Friday jumps up to 4,500 feet. The next storm front comes in Friday night, and that's a pretty good one. By Saturday, snow levels back down to 1,500 feet and maybe lower at times going into the weekend. Still looks like this upcoming weekend will be chilly with rain at times and valley temperatures doing well to get back up to 50. So we're not done with these cold shots of storm fronts rolling in from time to time. Raindrops on the Cumberlands. We're at 45 right now, so temperature is not an issue here on the west side. It will be a day with snow showers, not rain showers, but snow showers over in John Day and Burns and out into Baker City, where it's currently 32 degrees. It will be rain in the gorge, 44 out in the Dalles. Here's Futurecast. 9 o'clock pretty much shows what the radar shows right now. And here's some occasional shots of moisture coming through later this afternoon. 54 today might be too high. We will need some decent breaks in the rain to achieve that. Mainly dry weather Wednesday and Thursday. Models do like a spotty shower chance tomorrow. I think we could hit 60 if we get enough sun. 57 Thursday. I've lowered both of those numbers somewhat. Then the next storm front, a dry Friday morning. The front comes in Friday night. And then look at the cooler weekend. Sunday and Monday highs only in the upper 40s. Yeah, that's
yikes.
Yes, yikes.
Rod, thank you.